This is the first time I'm seeing anything about Minecraft Legends. Did not know it existed. Generic control in the deck goes Moo here, back with another Game Theory Minecraft reaction. Today we're doing Minecraft's false hero, which apparently it says The Lies of Steve, which I'm not really sure where he got the idea for this video for. Like, what's the evidence supporting that Steve is, you know, lying to people or us or NPCs or something like that? I don't really know. This is going to be a very interesting video. I'm not really sure. The last one was talking about the allays or wherever they came from and talking about souls in Minecraft and, you know, the vexes and stuff like that. You can check out my reaction to that video. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also in a playlist on my channel with all my other Game Theory Minecraft reactions, as well as all my other Game Theory. It's actually going to be two playlists. There's one for Game Theory FNAF, one for all of Game Theory, and then there's going to be one for Game Theory Minecraft. It's already made, so you can definitely binge watch through all of it, going all the way from the very beginning. But like I said, I do read all your comments, and also shout out to the patrons because they get all my videos a day early for $3 a month. It's like 16 videos a week, a day early, and I could not do this if it was not for the patrons. I'm completely serious about that. I know everybody says that, but if you're on the Discord server, you've probably talked to me or have seen me talk about it and stuff like that. But like, Patreon is super important, so shout out to the patrons. And if you can't, thank you so much for even being here and commenting or liking the video or subscribing. Thank you so much. We're approaching 100,000 subscribers. It's a huge milestone. But I do stream Minecraft every single Monday with Minecraft Monday, and past Wednesday I streamed Elden Ring, which was certainly inexperienced. But let's go and jump to Minecraft's false hero. Okay, it said Minecraft
If
Legends.
you thought Clay dropping the mask was the biggest thing
Did he
happening
take
in
that video
Minecraft
down?
news this week, think again. Because today we've got an expose.
And I remember
on
people like
Steve.
filmed reactions to it, and I'm just
Steve.
like,
Turns out Steve's the latest in
what?
a long line of heartless oppressors, conquering lands, sucking out their resources, and
so
then
it
leaving
says
them to die.
Minecraft
How do you know
Legends.
this? Well, have
which
you heard about the newest game, Minecraft Legends? The whole thing is pure
I have not played
propaganda.
Legends. I
Whole
played
bunch of
Dungeons, I
lies.
think.
So let me ask again: who's really going mask off now? Huh, Mojang?
Mask off. Mask off. Yesterday,
Hello,
all my
Internet.
troubles seem
Welcome
so
to
far
Game
allayed because that's the last
Theory,
video.
The show where we're still trying to bribe Mojang into telling us what's canon.
And if people are asking, you know, is that fact? Did that really happen?
Like, we'll
I'm
tell
not
you.
saying that that's exactly what happened, but maybe it did. Do you think it did?
What's it gonna take,
that
Mojang?
directly
How
at
many
Matt?
emeralds we talking about here? Because whatever it is,
You
I
call
will
them
make
villagers?
it happen. You see, friends, today we're diving into the newest addition to the world of mining and crafting, the yet-to-be-released spin-off title, Minecraft Legends. An action
not know it
strategy
existed.
game that, based on the first
I know
three
they've
trailers,
talked about
seems
it,
to be
but,
bursting
like,
at the seams with, say it with me now, lore. I mean, just look at this thing. You can see enemy mobs.
This is
like
the first time
zombies,
I'm seeing
skeletons, villagers,
anything about
and
Minecraft
are those
Legends.
baby creepers down there. All of
That's
them
so
united
cute.
together to follow a mythical hero leading the charge against an invading force of piglins. Yet, look at
What is this,
some of
Fallen
those
Kingdom?
pig people. It looks like
Wait a
they've
minute.
hit the gym
Hold up.
recently.
Fallen
What's
Kingdom?
going on with this game? But whatever it is, it seems important. You know those mysterious broken nether
Oh,
portals that you find out
yeah.
in the overworld?
Also, that's a crazy
Half-filled
spawn.
frames of obsidian surrounded by magma, netherrack, and gold engulfed in flame. Minecraft proper never truly answers why they're there or how
mean,
we get there.
also
but it
why they're
seems like
wells
the new
and
game
stuff
is
like
going
that.
to answer all of that. Within the first
But we don't know if
40
Minecraft
seconds of the
Legends
announced
is
trailer,
canon,
we see
right?
nether portals bursting up out of the ground. Piglin armies charging through them ready for battle. And again, look at it. Netherrack with gold detailing. They are the same thing.
But the
It's likely
obsidian's
these
not
nether
glowing.
portals got dismantled by the United Overworld Army, who
United
broke them up in an
Overworld
effort to
Army.
prevent more Piglin forces from charging on through. So right off the bat, this new game seems to be positioned as a critical linchpin for fleshing out the lore
So
of Minecraft.
you
If new mobs and backstory are
control-
one of
it's
the
like
things that
you
they're putting
control
into
an
the
army
trailer alone,
and direct
can you
them?
imagine what must be hiding in the game proper?
Like
It's
Halo
been
Wars
hours
or-
poring over this thing frame by frame to find all its little secrets. Except
So what are
there's
those
one
mobs?
teensy tiny little problem with that. The devs are refusing to tell us whether the game's canon or not.
Which
Note
I'm
from
still
that,
not
the
sure if
events
it
you'll
is.
take part in are neither fact nor fiction. They're simply part of a tale that's been passed down from villager to villager, which is exactly the sort of stuff that we see in the opening seconds of the trailer. A villager holding
Aw,
a book
dog.
and us zooming through the pages
Villagers
into
don't
the
have
world
dogs.
of the story. Because let's face it, nothing helps the clarity of storytelling in video games like when a series introduces books
Books.
of questionable canonicity.
FNAF.
Anyway, the way I see it,
Also,
with
when are we gonna get
Minecraft
another
Live coming
FNAF
up next week, I
theory?
figured now would be the perfect time to look into
I
this
feel
game
like-
to start theorizing
like,
about its
where's
canonicity
the
and
FNAF
how
theories?
its story may be able to fit
I'm
into
so
the
used to
wider
doing it, like,
Minecraft
every week.
narrative. Because let me tell you, friendos, I don't buy it. I smell something fishy here. Oh, sure, this legend being passed down amongst the villagers, the narrative the game seems to be selling us on is all about a hero who unites the overworld to save us from pig-themed invaders. But I don't think it's
I'm
true.
surprised
or
it
at
doesn't
least
talk
I
about
don't
Fallen
think it's
Kingdom.
entirely true. I suspect that what we're seeing here is actually actually a warning. A warning
For
from a
what?
dying dimension. And it all boils down to one word: greed. In one of the early trailers for Minecraft Legends called Fiery Foes, we're told some of the motivations the piglins have for invading.
2023. Oh, it's actually really very
Tales
recent.
of a peaceful land that did not know
What is that?
cruelty.
But oh, that's a mace. Is that the first
Until it
hint
was
at a maze
attacked
being
by
added?
invaders,
I have a
spreading
density
the
5
scourge
bending
of
1 maze.
greed.
Greed. The piglins are attacking because they're greedy? I mean, I guess I can see
I still need
that.
to
If
one-shot
you
a
throw out
warden.
gold when encountering a piglin mob, they'll forget they were attacking you and run straight for it, so clearly they are motivated by at least some level of greed, but something just seems off about this explanation. I mean, gold is actually pretty plentiful in the Nether. It's literally all
everywhere.
over the place. Sure, the overworld has gold too, but it's much more sparse than in the Nether. It would make much more sense if the piglins were interested
they
in
got
diamonds or iron, resources
something
they
other than
can't
gold.
naturally find down in the Nether. But nope, they don't really seem to care about those.
They just want
Sure,
gold?
you can find diamonds and diamond armor down in the Bastion remnants.
Oh, I
but
guess
those
if you
feel more
befriend
like
them-
things that they've collected with no real understanding of their use, or
And that's why they put
value,
'em in a chest.
considering that they choose to wear gold armor and use gold weapons instead of opting for the much stronger diamond-based items. So the idea that
Or
greed
netherite.
was the thing that led the piglins to the overworld just doesn't make a lot of
I mean,
sense.
wait,
given
they
what we
have-
know about
well,
their
you need
society.
diamonds
So if
to
it's
use
not
netherite.
that, then what could possibly
Maybe
be
that's
the
what-
reason
maybe
for
they're
their
looking for
invasion?
diamonds
Well,
for
this isn't the
netherite.
first
I
time
don't
that
know.
we've seen interdimensional invasion within the Minecraft universe. Maybe looking at that other instance, we can get a better idea of what's happening here in Legends. So come with me as we explore Minecraft's dungeon crawler.
Hey, that one.
Very creatively titled Minecraft Dungeons.
I played that
The main
one. I
plot
played
of
through it. I
Minecraft
beat it.
Dungeons
Or the
focuses
first
around the
playthrough,
Orb
at
of
least.
Dominance, a sentient object that's able to manipulate anyone around it. At the end of the main story, the Orb of
Already
Dominance
played.
is
We're
revealed
good.
to be the Heart of Ender, a creature of immense power that looks like you crossed an Enderman with a spider. Of course, we
Ew.
defeat it and send it back to its
Yeah.
own dimension, but that's not where the story ends. In the game's DLC, Echoing Void, the player is
DLC?
tasked
Oh,
with
I haven't done
collecting
that.
6 Eyes of Ender, so that they can travel to the end to finish off the Heart of Ender for good. To do this, the player
It was
has
a
to
fun
fight
game.
against Ender
It was a very
Six,
short
these
game.
lanky, hammer-armed, incredibly powerful versions of Endermen. But why have we never seen these things before? Are they just a
Are they just
construct for the
mods?
game? A mob to fill out the roster of a new
'Cause I know they
title,
make,
or
like,
is there an
mods and
actual
stuff like
lore
that.
reason they're here and not in Minecraft proper? Well, as I kept playing, I started to see that this was only the beginning. As we're all very familiar with by now, the end in vanilla Minecraft is a fairly desolate wasteland. You've got abandoned cities,
It's a lot better than it
very
used to be.
limited number of mobs, and a singular type of plant, the chorus fruit. But over in the Minecraft Dungeons Echoing Void DLC, the end actually looks very different. You'll find that there are a number of species and subspecies that we've never encountered before
So,
in the regular game.
wait,
In addition
hold
to
up.
the giant ender sense that I just mentioned, there are also 3 types of enderlings: watchlings, lastlings, and snarelings. The
Wow,
end
they got real
also
creative
appears to
with
have
the
plant
naming.
life beyond just chorus fruits, with plenty of grass and trees lining the pathways through the game. This is a huge change from
Is
the
this
barren yellow
like-
wasteland that we're familiar with in vanilla. But why?
Beforehand?
What could this
Like,
possibly
as they,
mean? Is
like-
this just because a different developer worked on the game, or because they were looking for an easy way to expand the franchise? No. And
No?
we know this for a fact due to one creature, the Endermites. You see, the loss of animal and plant life that happens between Minecraft Dungeons and main game Minecraft is known as biodiversity loss. Something has caused the dimension to undergo a massive decrease in the number and variety of
Which-
flora and fauna living there. Now,
What
in
would
the
that
real
be?
world,
Was it
biodiversity
between
loss
them?
is generally a marker that the ecosystem is dying due to factors like global warming, natural disasters, or the two that I think that apply to the end: invasive species and
And-
overexploitation of resources.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example of how these sorts of dominoes fall. Back in 1926, the last of Yellowstone National Park's wolf packs were killed off by employees, all as a part of an effort to reduce
What?
danger to humans that might be camping.
Yeah, that would
there.
never
Good
happen.
job, humans. Way to punish animals for the problems that we ourselves create.
Yep.
However, this set off a chain reaction of unintended consequences. By removing an apex predator from the ecosystem, suddenly
Another
the
one-
elk population exploded inside the park, and they began
I
to
saw elk yesterday.
overgraze. This then damaged the
I've seen
population
wild
of
elk.
trees, which in turn lowered the number of birds that the area could support. It also made it so beavers were unable to properly
I
build
watched-
their dams, which
yeah,
caused higher
I watched
levels
the
of
video where
soil
they were,
erosion along the riverbanks.
relocating
So erosion and
beavers
overgrazing
using
impacted the
airplanes.
plant life near the river that shaded the water, which combined with the lack of beaver dams raised the water temperature beyond what the local fish could tolerate. The ecosystem was in a death spin. The only thing to stop the downward spiral was a reintroduction of wolves back into the
They
ecosystem.
brought more
And
wolves back.
This is what I suspect happened
How
between
long
Minecraft
did they take
Dungeons
for
and
these
Minecraft.
chain of
See, if
events
you've been
to
watching our
occur?
Minecraft theories for a while,
And
you'll
there's
know
all of
that
them,
there's
though,
evidence
and they
to
do it every
suggest that
time.
invasive species did indeed show up in the end. Us, humans, whatever you call the ancestors of
So maybe maybe that's what
They call
Skrulk
them
was
the ancient builders.
making the
As
warden
we've
for.
talked about in past theories, it's likely that the ancient builders, while on the run from some threat, like say the warden or Wither, built an
Forerunners.
emergency portal to the end and then wound up getting stuck there. They were, whether intentionally or not, an invasive species to this new land. And since they had no way home, they had to start using local resources to
And then they
survive.
became
As we see
Endermen.
in Dungeons, it's likely that when they first traveled to the end, it was a thriving natural ecosystem. They began to build cities using the local resources, purple wood and purple blocks. There are also a number of new
Purple
glowing
wood-
blocks
or
throughout
purple?
Minecraft dungeons and cities. And given that most of the fauna that we see here is bioluminescent, it's likely
That's
that
so
those were the
cool.
plants used in creating those lanterns. All of this usage by the invasive species overtaxed the available resources,
Because
which
out
in
of
turn
nowhere
left the
you have
end
somebody
to
using
start its
everything.
slow, painful
Like,
death
everything was just
spiral.
fine.
It also
There
didn't
was a
help that the
cycle,
builders
and all of a
hunted down
sudden,
the race of Ender
boom,
dragons
something's gonna
near
take it all.
extinction in order to make their elytra. Again, this is something that I went much more in depth into in a past theory. So if you're a bit confused or you
Yeah,
want more
seen
detail,
it.
or you're just like, hey, prove it, Matt Pat, that video is available for you
Good
right
video.
there. Anyway, just like the wolf packs in Yellowstone, when you eliminate an apex predator from an ecosystem, there's gonna be some unforeseen
But there's still
consequences. Some
Gene.
dominoes that tip over that you didn't see coming. And here, it's the Endermites. You see, in the Minecraft Dungeons Echoing Void DLC, Endermites are everywhere.
That's
they
not
are
good.
literally crawling around
Is
the
that-
dimension.
is that
But in
Iron Golem
vanilla
friendly?
Minecraft? Yeah, not so much. They only have a 5% chance of spawning when you throw an Ender Pearl. So what happened?
Really? I guess I don't
suspect
ever
that by
throw Ender
killing the
Pearls.
Ender Dragon, the ancient builders killed off the mites' only real predator in the dimension. And even worse, they probably gave them a massive feast. Hundreds of dead Ender Dragon carcasses that are all ready to be munched on, allowing the Endermites to reproduce and multiply at a rapid rate.
Because
and when
what's
the Ender
gonna eat
Dragon
them?
carcasses were all gone, well,
But what
mites
are the
known to
creatures?
also eat plants, thereby leading the
What about the
remaining
shulkers?
fauna to
What
be
are those?
devoured by the bugs. But once that was gone, there was just nothing left but a wasteland. The Endermites slowly began to die out,
no,
just like
I think
everything
they said the
else in
shulkers were,
dimension.
like,
The only ones that were
man-made.
able to survive were those trapped in Ender Pearls, like the ancient insects that researchers are able to find trapped inside of amber here
Couple
in the
movies
real
about
world.
that.
The pearl is thrown and shattered in the game, setting free the ancient bug kept preserved
Imagine.
inside. Which brings me back to the
Imagine
thing that started the
how
whole theory
jarring
in the
that
first
would
place,
be.
the Piglins in Minecraft Legends. Because while Mojang is claiming that greed is the reason for their invasion, knowing what we know now about the end, we can start to piece together a different picture. Sure, greed might be the
Maybe
impetus
the
for this
Nether's run out of
invasion, but not
resources.
Piglin greed. In the trailer, we see Piglins charging through the portal, except they aren't all Piglins that we recognize. One of them is a massive, very
Which we've never seen
intimidating-looking
before.
Piglin that seems to be what happens if you give a Piglin brute some steroids. This shows us that, just like what happened
Large.
with the end, the Piglins and the Nether also used to have itself a greater variety of subspecies. It also appears like the Piglins may have been able to bring through a greater variety of hog-like mobs to assist them, which would explain the Hoglin stables that can be found in some Bastion remnants. But by the time we reach regular
Okay.
Minecraft, Piglin society has been reduced to a crumbling ruin. There
So,
are species
I
that
remember
hoards the
way
last
back in the
remnants of
day,
their
I
most
said there
precious
might have been an
resource.
ancient
This
war.
isn't about greed for gold, it's about
And I feel
resource
like I'm
guarding,
right.
a behavior that's able to be seen in dogs when they're insecure over losing access to something that they deem
Food.
important. This resource insecurity showcased by the Piglins and the obvious
Or is
drop in
that,
biodiversity that we see throughout the ecosystem
what?
points more towards
Throw,
the same
don't take.
issues that the end
Replace
faced
that
in
and they don't
dungeons,
give you the ball
resource
back to throw it.
depletion and ecosystem death. The Piglins may look like they're on the attack throughout these Minecraft Legends trailers, but in reality,
Do they have a
they're
choice?
the ones on the ropes. And the reason for that, the ancient builders. I suspect that they were the aggressors here,
And
invading
they
the Nether, taking
left
what was
the
down
Nether
there.
the way
and the
it
only
is.
recourse that the Piglins had was to go to the overworld to fight
That's if
back
all this
or
is
go
canon.
extinct. So if this is potentially true, then why doesn't the game just come right out and say it? Well, like the famous saying goes, history is written by the victors. I suspect the Minecraft Legends might be written that way as well. We've just talked about the fact that the Nether appears to also be facing biodiversity loss. Fewer Piglin and Hoglin subspecies,
yeah.
a Nether ecosystem that
That's a
feels
lot of
like it's
Netherite.
being picked clean.
But the thing
It's
is,
the exact
you have to
same
have
thing
diamonds
that
for
faced the
Netherite.
end throughout dungeons. It was caused by ancient builders coming in and over farming resources. So is it that much
But
of a
what would
stretch
have been
to
in the
believe that
Nether
same
before?
thing
I mean,
is
the Nether
happening
looks
right
like
now
it's
in the
thriving
Nether? And
nowadays,
immediately
kind
you
of,
can start
in
to
a
connect
way.
the pattern here. The ancient
Better
builders
than the-
arrive in a new dimension. They start
end.
farming its natural resources. They do irreparable harm to the ecosystem, and then the ecosystem tries to fight back. First, we saw it with the Heart of Ender in Dungeons, and now we're seeing it with the Piglin invasion in Legends. So far, there hasn't been any indication that Legends will have us fighting in the Nether, but I suspect
I
that
mean,
at some point
a
down the
DLC
line in
will
the
come
DLC
out where
or
you have to
something,
get through
we'll
the
not
portal,
only
take
push
the
the
fight with
Piglin
them.
army back, but we'll chase them all the way to their homes in the Nether and then finish the war off down there. In turn, we'll leave their bastions in ruins, the crumbling remains of a once great society laid waste
Show me what
by
an
the
ancient city
armies of
looks
the
like
overworld.
restored, because
If
I'm
that's
doing
the
it right
case,
now.
If we are indeed the reason
It
that
is
the
a
world was
massive
decimated,
project.
of course we're not going to pass on the true reason to the
doing do it all in
villagers, the
survival,
ancient
I'm
builders
streaming
would
it.
brand themselves as the heroes of this war, the underdogs, the ones that had to unite the overworld in order to fight the inhumane invaders from below the surface. And the villagers, safe in their healthy overworld with its abundant resources, wouldn't be any wiser. They'd just be blissfully ignorant of the truth, believing whatever they were told about the true reason these invaders were coming. It was greed. Sure, the pig-faced creatures wanted our gold. And yeah, it might have been greed, but
maybe
it
they
wasn't
want
the
diamonds
piglins
too.
who were greedy. So, is Minecraft Legends canon? Yes. And no, the legend
It's
is canon.
almost
I have no
like
doubt this
the
story
FNAF
persists
books.
among the villager communities, but the story itself of an invading pig army? No, it's fiction. Or at best, it's a half-truth. It hides the reality that resource-hungry overworlds came, saw, and conquered, with zero regard for the species
It's
that
almost
lived
like the
there.
FNAF
Who
books
would
where
have
it's
ever
like,
suspected that
kind
this
of,
game
but no.
all about building would have
Even though
its
the FNAF
roots
books are
tied
a little
to
bit different.
so much destruction. But hey, that's
Murder Dungeons
just
in the
a
beginning.
theory.
In-game, what?
game
In-game 108,
theory.
what?
Thanks for watching.
Let me know what
Hey,
you think of
if
this
you're
theory.
interested in some more Minecraft
I do
lore,
read
check
all
out
your
the two
comments.
videos that we've got on screen right now.
I
So you can
enjoyed them.
disagree with me
I learned that
just
we
so
have
heavily
space diamonds,
over there.
which
To
is
the
so
left
cool.
are my thoughts on the origins of Netherite and the Great Piglin War. Meanwhile, the video on the right's
This is
going
the
to
very
start
first
the
one.
lore series off, proving to you that Endermen are actually a long-lost race of ancient builders. Take your pick, and as always, I will see you next week.
I've already watched both of them. There's a playlist on my channel, going in chronological order. It's actually 2 playlists on my channel that have both of those videos in them. Okay, so this is all about Minecraft Legends. I didn't realize that until I clicked on it because, like, obviously just the parentheses, I just kind of like overlooked that. The Frozen Nether, I'm not sure what that's going to be about. I think he actually just wait, no. I could have sworn he just dropped a new Minecraft lore video. Also, we only have 5 more weeks after this. I feel like they just did a new Game Theory Minecraft video like yesterday or something like that, or just past weekend for you. So this is interesting. Minecraft Legends, is that something I should like play through or something? Maybe I can stream that at some point. I don't know. Let me know if you want that. I'm not opposed to that. It's more Minecraft and it looks pretty fun. It's pretty simple to do. But yeah, no, next one's gonna be the Frozen Nether, and then Give Me Your Soul, which has Lapis, which I guess, yeah, that does kind of make sense. And Buried 1.2. He's going to talk about Tricky Trials. That's going to be awesome. I hope he talks about more ancient cities and stuff like that. Glad to see that he also agrees with like the ancient war being a theory of mine that I've had since the very beginning, which I love the idea of. But I really hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully I made it just tiny little bit better. But until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were